Okay, my OBS is reconnection successful, so let's see whether we pop back in. Are we live again? Okay, hopefully we're live again and that didn't mess up the video streaming. Hopefully it'll still stitch together. I believe so. I did not rage quit of my own accord. Okay, now where the heck was I? Okay, yeah, I was defending with Fastred against the Drowned Dead. Shadow effects, nothing. And Fastred has 4 defense. So that's it. That's all she wrote for combat. I guess I could throw some damage on him if I really want. I'm not really going to focus on killing this guy because sometimes with a trap deck, I'd rather just have the drowned certain enemies just under a snare because that means they're not in the encounter deck anymore. The only time you get into trouble is if certain effects cause engaged enemies to attack you. I don't remember if that happens in this quest, so hopefully not. But yeah, that can be a problem. Okay. Interesting choice there. Some extra attack. Or a faithful handmaiden. Kind of want the extra attack just in case. Because I know there is some fighting that happens towards the end of this quest, if I remember right. I think the takeaway from this stream is that I don't remember what happens in the Drowned Ruins. Is not one of the quests I played a ton from the Dream Chaser cycle for whatever reason. Okay, let's... I do want the threat reduction, though. Okay, let's get rid of the Handmaiden. I made my choice. Sorry, Handmaiden. So let's play out this Westroad Traveler. Now that we at least have one test of will as insurance policy, we're going to try to build back up our army and get to the point where we can actually start exploring some of these underwater locations. And I could put out a trap, which is what I was supposed to do. So let's put out Forest Snare on Drowned Dead. Draw a card. Got an Athelian Pit. Athelian Pits are not great at the moment because I haven't been able to use Fastred's threat reduction much. So it just is basically a card draw. But if there's a situation where with Fastred you can keep bouncing back enemies and reducing your threat, then Athelian Pit becomes good when you can just pick off enemies in the staging area. Okay, we're up against 3. We can send a healthy amount here. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And I can hold back. I'll put that progress there, by the way. Don't believe there's anything that stops me from putting progress on locations in the staging area. I cannot flip. This is going to be Doom 3 again. Okay, so threat is becoming slightly an issue. Here's the good news. With Fastred kind of having a hold on things, if I'm able to get an enemy that's on the weaker side, say one of these Throngs of the Unfaithful without a Forest Snare, then I can start just bouncing them back and forth. Okay, but the threat is getting up to 42, so it's getting a little bit worrisome. Okay, so we sent a buttload. That's 11, so 5, 6 more on the quest. Now's where I have to start thinking about going underwater. And because I am getting up in threat and things are getting a bit hairy, I think I have to. I think I'm in a good enough place. I think I'm in a good enough place that I should be able to pull it off. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, let's go ahead and travel to... I don't remember if when you travel and you turn to underwater, does the progress go away? Yeah, it removes all progress from it. Okay. Yeah, Rokafik's famous last word. So it doesn't really matter which one I go to, actually. So let's just go to this one, see what's underneath. Let's go for a swim. Twisting. Ooh, this is the one with 14 quest points. Ouch. If I don't clear through it, then I have to discard one character. Ouch. Characters cannot ready from card effects. That's not a big deal because this deck does not rely on reading at all. I could pull down the cave heel if I want to reduce my threat a bit. It's an option. There is the +2 shadow effect for underwater, which would damage Fastrid. But fortune favors the bull at this point, so I'll pull down the cave heel. Remember, Ranger Spikes prevents engagement checks, but you can still engage it if you want. So we got a buttload of enemies here, but only one of them is actually going to attack. Discard an attachment. Well, Legacy Blade, I hardly knew ye. Pop them back to the staging area. Reduce my threat by 2. Well, I'm glad we actually got to see Fastrid Ranger Spike's trick in action for the first time. Hama or Outrider? Outrider will help me now with questing. Hama will help me later with combat. I'm going to go with Hama here. Okay. We shall try to pick up the pace a bit on the quest because we're running on the longer side, which I had a feeling might be the case with this quest. Ooh, I was going to play Hama and then I remembered I need a resource for Test the Will. That would have been bad. Let's play out of Ranger Spikes just for fun. Okay, we're up against 3. We need to make a lot. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 when I put a progress. 18. Let's dump a resource to Trader Man. Takes us up to 21. Let's see what we get. Okay, this is going to pop to Ranger Spikes. I draw a card. That's 2 more threat. That's a total of 16. That'll do it. Oh, oops. I was not supposed to play allies or attachments. Sorry. Let's take that back. Boop. This goes back on top. What else did I play? I didn't. That was the only thing I played, right? Just the... Yeah, because I didn't play any spirit cards. Okay. Yep, that's an easy one to forget on this quest. Can't play allies or attachments while underwater. Okay. So that didn't affect anything other than drawing a card. I won't have the poison sticks there, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. So that's going to go to the victory display. That's 1. That means a new grotto will pop out. I think... Yeah, I was trying to decide whether I should go to another one, but I think I'm pretty well set up here. I mean, famous last words, but I was able to plow through that fairly handily. Well, let's see how I'll be able to deal with this. I'll defend. I'm going to need 6, which I have. Yeah, let's go underwater. Just for time's sake, too. Oh, I forgot I can't attack if I do that. Oof. Well, I made the choice. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to retcon that then. Okay. Boop. Boop. Only one will attack. Does not destroy an ally. Does not damage. I cannot attack back. I could bounce it back with Fastrid. But that would be extra threat in the staging area. Yeah, I'll just keep it there. I'll keep it engaged with me for now. Let me go ahead and send a resource Nasia's way. I'm thinking I might need it soon. And move to the next round. Force Patrol. That could be useful. Another rider is more useful, I think. Alrighty. I can't play any allies or attachments, so away we go. I think I'll take a break after this underwater location to play out some stuff before I delve into the final one, especially so that I can kill this Drowned Dead here. Because I believe the other grotto will be also in a Dark Abyss. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19. Okay. Ooh. Okay, 10. I think I fluffed my math here. 3, 5, 6. Yeah, this is 9. Did I really not send enough? 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19. Yeah, so I'm not going to make enough. Ooh. Yeah, I think that I made a mistake not sending the Rovanian. Yeah, I think that might be all she wrote actually for me on that front, because I'm going to lose pretty much get near everyone there. 4, 6. Let me just make sure I'm doing my math correct here. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I did my math wrong here. I knew something was wrong here. That's 2. This is only 1, so that's 3, 4, 7. Okay. 3, 12. Yeah, that's exactly enough. I knew I wouldn't be that crazy. So that's one there. Another grotto will pop out. We will travel to it, but not go underwater. We are in a bit of a pickle here, though. We've got 2 enemies coming down, plus 1 that's already there because I couldn't attack. Yeah, I think rushing through to the second underwater was a bit of a mistake. But that's what happens when you're trying to rush your play a little bit. you make mistakes like that one. We're out of shadow cards, which is good. The bad news is all cards in hand with 2 or less, including my Test of Will, are going on the bottom of my deck. That sets me up for a very, very bad situation where I don't have my Test of Will to cancel that particular treachery anymore. Just trying to get this to the bottom of my deck. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can survive here. Trying to think about the best way to do this. One of them will get snared next turn. Probably the one with bigger attack. Well, no, probably the cadaver, because I don't want that one to keep coming back. Okay, so I will take this one undefended, since there's no shadow, and I will just dump that on Damrod. It's 2 damage. I will defend the Drowned Dead with Nasia, since it has higher attack. Discard an attachment, I don't have any. I'll boost her defense. I'll defend the cadaver with Fastrid. Discard an attachment, I don't have any. 2, 4. Against the Drowned Dead. And I think that'll be it for that round. I probably should have reversed the defenses so that I could bounce back the Drowned Dead. Just for threat reduction purposes, but whatever. It's going to come back down anyway, so. Boom, 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 boom. Gonna have to ditch Protector. Jing Tink is asking, don't you control the traps so they could be discarded from the shadow effect? Ooh, that's a good point. That is a really, really good point. I think I do. They're still mine. Yeah, that's really bad. Those went from being shadow effects that do not matter much to being quite painful ones, because I can get rid of a Ranger Spikes here, which is okay. It's not the worst thing in the world because this thing's stuck. But losing a Forest Snare, oh, this is going to be rough. So those were 2. I don't remember if that happened earlier in the game. I think it only came up once and I discarded a Legacy Blade. So hopefully that didn't impact anything else. Oh, I think I already did my draw, sorry. I got a little bit discombobulated there. So I think I did double resources and threat there. I did multiple rounds. So let's take my threat down by 1 and everyone should have 1 fewer resource. Okay. Well, I think Hama is going to be needed soon. I think the Rider of Rohan's going to be needed soon. Thanks for the catch, by the way, Jing Tank. The interaction with attachments is the way that the encounter deck likes to hate on attachments is also another way that trap decks can get heavily nerfed in this game. So let's put one there, which will let us draw a card. I think I was going to put it on the cadaver originally. actually. Okay. I could do some interrogation, which I should do. So let's interrogate and look at the top X cards and then counter deck. We'll choose that. That's 3, 1, 2, 3. We will definitely get rid of that one. Although I think that's just going as a shadow anyway. But it makes an additional attack as a shadow. So yeah, that's going far, far away. Okay. So let's do 4, 6, 8, 2, 5. Let's do 10 to 5. 12 to 5. That's about all I need, and I want to keep the rest back for combat. This is actually going to be strange, but I'm going to choose to discard the swordsman because I cannot afford another enemy coming out if I surge it, which is the next card, which I know because of interrogation. Can't afford that at all right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still one underwater away from moving on, but I'm in no position to move on at the moment. Let's just go there again. Okay, let's see what I get here. So I have 3 enemies attacking here. Well, let's defend this one with Fastred. +1 attack. So that's gonna leak through and damage him. Let's defend one with Hama, but I'm not gonna trigger. Okay, no damage. Let's defend one with Zahir. Well, I guess Zahir is actually the stronger attacker right now. Let's defend with Nasia. Oh, really? Discard an attachment. Ah! These shadows are brutal for a trap deck. Just absolutely brutal. So 3 and 6 is enough to kill this one. 2, 4, 6 is enough to kill this one. And I can't hurt the other one, and I don't really want to kill these ones. Okay, I got a force patrol, which isn't going to help me much right now. I need more questing than anything. If I get hit by that particular treachery, that's game over. So I'm living on a prayer right now. Cue up your Bon Jovi. Okay, so the situation's at least a little bit more manageable with these throngs of the unfaithful. As the only enemies that are attacking. Okay, 4, 6. I don't need to descend too much here. 10, 12, 14. Add the top location from the grotto deck and flip it to the underwater side. Okay. It's a 4-threat monster there. I do have enough to plow through. Get another grotto out. Let's see what this one is. Characters cannot ready from card effects. I'm tempted to just go underwater now. I don't think I'm ready for it, honestly, but if I keep cycling through, that treachery is going to come through and kill me. So I'm on a clock here, both in game terms and in real life terms. So I think I'm going to go through and see if I can pull this off. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off, but we'll see. So let's go to the Twisting Hollow. And our goal here is just to survive these attacks, pretty much. So let's defend with Sahir. Nothing. Let's defend with Nasia. Come on, really? How many of these are there in the deck? How many discarded attachments are in the deck? That must have at least be the 4th or 5th one I've seen. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill this guy then. We don't have a choice, but luckily we have enough to do the job several times over. So he's dead. Keep those guys around. Next round. I think I'm gonna play Tides of Fate just in case. I mean, keep Tides of Fate just in case. Chris is mentioning there's 4 of those. Yeah, and the deck is actually quite small if you look at it. There's, what, 27 cards in there? Not including the ones that are out, of course. But, so those cycle through quite quickly. What was I saying? Oh, I had to make a decision here. Tides of Fate. I think I have to keep Tides of Fate just to... Oh, I deleted my threat. 45. Just to make sure that I keep Fastrid alive. Drink take, does this discarded Force Stare mean that he will attack this phase also? It's a good question. Let's see, so I did through the attacks, the Force Snare, I have to look at the exact wording. Attached enemy cannot attack. Do not recall offhand. Let's see, so what was the sequence? So these were attacking, and then it would lose the ability to attack. So I think it would attack. Now I have to remember who I had ready. Let me see. These were down. Fastrid. I had Fastrid up, I believe, because I defended with those 2. Yeah, I'm trying to remember who I even had available. I think I had Fastrid, if I remember right. So I would have defended that dude, the strong one, with Nasia so that she could block it, which would have taken her resource, and then I would have defended one of these stupid dudes with Fastrid. Okay. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, but that's my closest retcon to what would have happened there. Okay. Thanks, Jinktake. You only partially ruined my day, but you also saved further other days in the future from being ruined when people yell at me for getting the rules wrong. Okay, where was I? So I kept that. Okay, so we're up against 5-7. I'm not sure whether this quest right now and the rules interpretations are more involved, or whether doing my taxes later is going to be more involved. I think it's dead even right now. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I might as well send Sahir since he's going to backstab me soon. 19. Oh boy. Let's send a resource Nasia's way. Takes me to 19 to 7. I need more than that. I need much more than that. 21. 23. Let's put the progress there. Still need more, I think. Ugh, I hate to send quick beam, but I think I have to. I think that's the most I can send while still covering my butt. So 4, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yep. Each player must remove a character from the quest. If the active location is underwater, which it is, deal 2 damage. Okay. So it's a matter of just figuring out what the least any ally remove would kill. Damrod would die. I could remove Curidan. I just have to figure out whether that would give me enough willpower. So I'd be 21 against 7. I believe that's exactly what I need. 14 progress. So let's put 2 on him. It's 14 progress. That's exactly enough. Now we will advance. Oh, hi, Sahir, buddy. I don't think you do anything bad like backstab someone, would you? Shrine of Morgoth becomes active. Grotto side face up. Okay. Captain Seer flips to his enemy side. Remove all enemy tokens. Or resource tokens, rather. Becomes an enemy. He makes an immediate attack against the first player. And then remove Captain Sahir from the game. Okay. So the most Sahir could get is 8, I believe. If he gets boosted by a shadow, then I should be able to use Tides of Fate to boost Nicia up to, let's see, with a resource that's 7, so she should be able to survive. Okay. So Nicia will defend against her former boss, boost herself up. Okay, so that's 6 to 4. That's 2 damage. Then remove Sahir from the game. McDog mentions you always make sure to give Sahir one big baddie to defend so the jerk gets some damage. Yeah, I do like getting damage on Sahir sometimes. Unfortunately, I didn't get that chance. Now I have to search in counter deck for an undead enemy and add it to the staging area. Okay. Taking this opportunity to see what's left in the counter deck. Then counter deck and discard pile. I don't want to bring out the cadaver that puts my cards back in the hand because I don't want to lose Tides of Fate. So let's do the Drowned Dead. I think that's the only one that's actually left. Boop. Okay. Other side. While an underwater is active, players cannot play attachments or allies. That's not a surprise. This guy's gonna come down. Oh, I don't think I pulled out a grotto when I traveled through. There should be 3 grottos, I believe. Yep. Makes my job harder. Okay. And I think this cave eel... It was underwater. I think I might have messed up on the cave eel coming down to attack me on a previous turn as well. It wouldn't have been last turn, would it? Yeah, it would have. So I would have had the cave eel as well. Eesh. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry that there's so many mistakes this game. There's a lot to keep track of here. Yeah, so I think the best I can do as far as retconning here is just pulling down the cave eel. Because that was underwater last round during combat. And I'm not sure what that would have meant as far as... It's a bit too hard to go back and figure out exactly what defenders I had available. I know I did have some people that I might have lost along the way. But I also would have potentially had a way to kill it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good solution for retconning that one. We'll just have to play it through and see what happens. Okay, so I have those enemies coming down. I honestly think I had enough people on the board to handle it. I'm just not sure how it would affect like being able to kill the enemy I had that turn. Okay. So we have a lot of combat to deal with here. I think I'm going to trigger Hama this turn. He's going to defend trigger to get the +5. Oh geez, I think that would kill him. I'll trigger the Tides of Fate. Just so he can... Would that kill him? Yeah. Wait, no, that wouldn't kill him, right? 6 to 5, so he would have 1 damage. So he's still alive. I don't need Tides of Fate. And then he'll defend again. Okay. Throngs of the Unfaithful. I mean, Fastard could potentially die here, but... It's also not the end of the world. Let's see, how do I win this? I win this by... basically just traveling through Shrine of Morgoth. So I'm just going to do one big quest push next round and see where I get. And then that'll be about it for the game, I think. So let's defend with Fastard. I might lose him. Yep, and I did. But I can use Tides of Fate to block that. Okay, so his defense goes up to 6. So now I think I'm going to have to lose a Rider of Rohan, unfortunately. Yeah, they can't even kill anyone anyway if I keep them around. If the active location is underwater... Oh, I'm not underwater yet anyway, so... This one only got... 5, so Hama didn't even take a damage, although he's going away anyway. Okay, we're not underwater yet, so that's just gonna kill the Rider. I can't do anything to attack back, really. Okay, here we go. I don't think I have enough willpower to bust through, but we'll see what happens. I'm laughing because Kieran's giving me the choice of a test of will to protect myself or more willpower, the Rider of Rohan. Good guy, Kieran. I'm going to have to play a bit dangerously because I need the willpower. Okay, I'm up against 4-7. And I need 18, so I need at least 25 to get through. Wow. Okay. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Hama's gone. 18, 20, 22. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. I could have explored this one with the Outrider, but then it just pops out another grotto, so it doesn't matter. I could send that, but I just don't have the raw amount to make it through. Oh, this flips to its underwater side, by the way. Raise each player's... Yeah, if it's active at the end, then I have to raise my threat by 5, so that's game over. Yeah, right, I just don't exhaust, sorry. Yeah, there's no way around it, really. I can do 24 at most. Let's see, 2, 4, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8... 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Yeah. Oh, and this is going to do me out. After the active location is underwater, resolve its force effect. That's it, folks. That goes down as a loss. Which I think it should, because there are plenty of mistakes along the way. So thanks for a longer episode. I had a feeling Drowned Ruins might go that way. And a very mistake-heavy episode, but I'm thankful for people in the chat looking out for me. Thank you, Jink Tink, and others who pointed out some of the mistakes. So aside from Drowned Ruins, the quest itself, which can be a bit of a slog, but there's some interesting mechanics there. The deck. The deck itself works well overall, as long as the encounter deck isn't discarding attachments with shadow effects. So that's an aspect of trap decks that I completely just blanked on and forgot about, that the shadow effects could actually discard your attachments. I think without that aspect, where you saw basically, I think I had like 2 or 3 forest snares and a ranger spikes. Basically the entire board of my traps got wiped out. I think without that aspect I would have been in a lot firmer control of things. I'm not sure whether I would have won or not, because I needed a couple more allies on board in terms of willpower. Having another Aether Swordsman would have been a huge swing. That would have been a, let's see, 4 willpower swing. Yeah, so I think overall thoughts about the deck. It could use a bit more protection for the squishy allies when facing quests that can deal direct damage. I think the Herdsman is a good sideboard, like I mentioned earlier, for that. Test of Wills, which I have, are useful, of course. I think you could go up to 3 copies. I have 2 copies, but against quests like this, you could go up to 3. What else? I think probably the biggest takeaway, people are mentioning Silver Harp. I think Silver Harp would have made a huge difference here. In terms of, you saw early on, there were a lot of key cards that I had to throw away, including a Swordsman. Or did I keep the Swordsman? Either way, there were quite a few key cards along the way that I had to throw away because of Kieran's ability. So I think if I had to make one change, it would probably be the Silver Harp to throw into this deck. Overall, I think it works pretty well as a solo trap deck. The big problem as with all trap decks is just so many encounter decks, are just, including this one, are just super unfriendly to trap decks. So you can get to a certain level, but they it's just a uphill climb with trap decks in general. But I do like some of the interactions with Fastrid and the traps and Damrod. So I think there's some potential there, a few more tweaks. I think it can stand up against quite a few quests. I don't think this is a particularly good matchup for it, but I think It's worth exploring some more. Perhaps a shadow cancel or two would be helpful here. But when you're facing that same shadow like 4 or 5 times in a row, I'm not so much sure what you could do other than like giving Song of Wisdom to Fastred and Burning Brand. But that's a whole nother barrel of monkeys to delve into and takes up a lot of deck space. So, Stokesbuck is asking, as kind of the final thought here, do I think the 2 trap-related cards in Poros will make more of the trap deck solo viable? Yes, definitely. I think they add especially a dose of questing power, which this deck doesn't need a ton of help because it uses the spirit, but I think other trap decks, you might be able to go a different route than the spirit heavy thanks to those cards and be able to do well with questing. So I think yes and no. I think yes, they will definitely make trap decks better, and the no part is because of what I mentioned, just how many encounter cards and scenarios are unfriendly to traps. I just think trap decks, solo trap decks specifically, will never be in the top level or even the top half. I think they can do well. Again, I think this particular deck could have a chance against a lot of quests, but it's never going to be as wide-ranging as a lot of other decks, just because of how many effects in the game kind of counter what you want to do with traps. But definitely worth exploring more. Particularly the Fastred and combo, trap combo is one that I think is worth delving into more. Alright, so until next time, I don't believe I'll be back on next week, but I should be back on the following week, so stay tuned to the usual places: Twitter, at TailsFTCards, my Facebook page, and the Card by the Rings Discord, to stay tuned to when I'll be back on. You can find this deck on RingsDB now as Look Behind You, if you want to make some comments there or give me a pity favorite. Alright, take care, have a good weekend, bye.